Alright guys, we're back in this garden today, and it's the long one. So we'll make this nice and neat and tidy. We've got the time, we'll get rid of some moss at the back, the last load. Make it nice and neat and tidy. That's the badger digging. We've seen badgers in this garden before. I'll take you for a ride. We're actually at the this amazing garden later, the one with the incredible lawn, and we'll be seeing what other flowers are out and about there this time of year. But at this house, when we last weeded this border, we've got the most beautiful bluebells out now, and then some forget-me-nots up here, and more bluebells, and they've got lots of bluebells on the side of their lawn just further back. So anyway, I'll take you for a ride. Of moss. There's some bluebells and white bells there. They look nice. There's a fox trail here coming through. Looks like a new fox trail, and then an older one here. See a bit better. So I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Just getting the last of the moss in the bin from when we scarified, and pulling a lot of grass up today. See, that's where all the little packets from the fox that it brings in. People feeding the fox. So yeah, we'll get all that in the bin, so that's nice to get rid of all that. And we might even go through and scarify again next time we come. You never know, because there's a lot of moss still in there. We'll have to see. And just down here, some chosen life again. Some lovely, I think, primroses in the lawn. There they are, right in the middle of the lawn, just under the apple tree. And I'll show you it from this end, the lawn, but I'm going to go through it again and show you from the other end where it looks the best. Okay, so there it is. It looks really nice. Like to mow it twice, this one, it needs it. Just makes it look that bit neater and tidier. It's quite a wild lawn. Alright, well, on to the next one. Alright guys, we're at this one with the golden privet, and the grass seed we put down has worked a wonder. I'll just show you it in a minute. And this golden privet's come out beautifully. It's looking really nice. We'll probably give that a little trim next time. But here's the grass seed. See all those bits coming up? It's come up everywhere, so I'm really pleased with that. So Steve's given the front a bit of a mow because it's quite long and a bit messy. And we'll give it a bit of a weed as well in here. So it's a bit messy in here. There's some beautiful, beautiful flowers come out. Daffodils. Then we'll have a look in the back and see what it looks like. So we're in the back and yeah, we're giving it a mow. It's a bit long and unruly, the grass. Oh, and look at the rhubarb's huge. And they've got some beautiful tulips I'll show you in a bit, and some blossom on the trees. But I'm just hoeing through this veg bed at the minute. There's just a few little seedlings popping up. I'm just hoeing through it on a dry day. Just means they get absolutely destroyed. And then it only takes 5 or 10 minutes to do quite a big area. You can see how much I'm covering already. And I'm doing it one-handed, so be through this pretty quick. Oh, and I've planted something in the bed up there, the beans that I saw earlier. Let's have a look. Done about 2/3 of that already. Yeah, so we'll see how these grow. And they've constructed their thing for it to climb up, and yeah, lots of little seedlings growing as well. So we'll keep on top of the weeding here. It just means it looks really nice, and then it's just really easy each time to maintain as well. There we go, pretty much done this bed already. So that one's done, and then I've just got from here upwards, so may as well just do it with you now. It doesn't take long. But when you first go through it and you haven't done it in a while, it can take a lot longer to hoe through. But when it's nice and just almost pure loose soil with a few seedlings, it's just really easy. And so your hard work, it really does pay off. And if you look at it and think, oh, that doesn't need doing, I'll just leave it, don't. Always go for it. It will pay off. There will be times when the soil is so dry that the hoeing gets a bit harder again, so take advantage of it while you can. There we go, that's those beds done, and now I'm going to do some weeding out the front, and we'll show you what it all looks like when it's done. Oh, and I'll just show you these beautiful tulips. They're really nice, those tulips, and there's a big blush of colour here. down here, these are all different colours. Just weeding through this area. I've done this little bit down here, but I've got all the rest of it to go. And then when I've pulled out the weeds, I'll give it what I call a bit of a fluff. Pretty hard soil, but you just loosen the top of it with your fork. And then we'll do the edging around here. Steve's doing that now with the strimmer. I'll just fluff up the soil and make it look nice and neat and rich. I'll show you when I've finished. Okay, so weeded through this bed and it looks really nice, and there's some lovely little touches going on here. Just a random daffodil on its own, and this little flower, and these bluebells, and then I think I've remembered the name of this plant finally, possibly a Pieris japonica, but I have to check. But anyway, its red leaves are now turning a very pale colour and then going to green, but I think this one might be a bit deficient. It doesn't look a great colour. And if you have a look at its planting, again, this is something historical, it's sitting quite high above the soil, probably a good 2 or 3 inches. And then this beautiful multi-headed daffodil, slightly yellow in the middle and then a bit whiter on the outside, and more of these lovely daisy type flowers coming out. And if you see into the golden privet there's some bluebells actually in the privet itself, and we'll show you that. A nice weeded area, and I propagated all these plants out last year, so yeah, they could look really quite nice this year. I'll just show you these bluebells in the privet. A nice neat garden. Steve's weeding through that bit, and then I'll have to work out what to do here, because if you look in there, it's all a bit of a leggy mess, and that's what this part of the garden looked like. And so I think I'll potentially be pulling all this out, replanting it, maybe not while it's flowering, maybe later in the year, we'll see. Another one of these Pieris japonicas, but it's struggling here because it's got some dead growth on it. It might need a bit of a feed, and we'll give this soil a bit of a fluff through and a bit of a weed at some point. So oh wow, look at this. This is the, oh wow, I've never seen anything like this before. It's very, very small and delicate. Just a tiny little bush. And then there's millions of these little flowers here. How good is that? Some dark pinks, and then some lighter pinks, and a little sea of them. Might have to take a little bit of a cutting from that at some point when it stopped flowering. Okay, on to the next one. Guys, we're at the next one. It's this one again. Just give it a mow. There. Brickwork is still lovely and clean from a jet wash. Steve giving it a bit of a blow, keep it all nice and tidy. There's a few leaves. You blow them onto the grass and then mow them up. I'll take you for a ride. like they've had their border cleared. So that's good. Really good. Yes, it's been tidied up. And they do have some nice plants. Some sort of acer here. Not sure what that one is. There's a laurel in the back there. Looks a bit worse for wear, this one, but there are signs of life. Got a label. God, it's a rhododendron. That's looking really worse for wear. Some forget-me-nots there that they've left in. Some more forget-me-nots. They've got a rose. This will grow and spread. That's normally good, quite good ground cover. Never gets too tall. More forget-me-nots. And I don't know what this is, but there's a smaller one up there as well. That'll be nice. So they've got some small shrubs that are just trying to establish themselves. Oh, this is a nice one. I think that grows quite long, with quite long, dark red leaves. And some really tall forget-me-nots there. Tall version. And then this one I call the firebush. It's one of my absolute favourites. So they've got a few things going on in the border. They've made an effort. We'll see how they do this year. But it's deep, deep, deep shade. Lots of shade, huge amount of trees. So it's not easy to grow stuff in there. So good they've got their border sorted. Like when it's done. There it is, looks beautiful, really nice. It's recovered from the scarifying. Needs another scarify. This one and the first one from today, they need another scarify, but when I put the rake attachment on, I've got to switch that over, take the nuts and bolts off, get the blade attachment off and put the rake attachment on, and just do some of the gardens where we haven't put any new seed down and they're a bit more robust and we can just get a bit more of that moss up. Okay, on to the next one. It's the beautiful, really nice garden next. Right guys, we're at this garden and I'm just having a sneak peek through next door and I can see they're scarifying. They've got moss everywhere and their scarifier's out, an electric one. Looks like the owner's doing it themselves. But we're in this beautiful garden and they've got some nice acers up here. This acer, and then this one. But the lawn's looking very nice. The grass is very long, healthy, and it's going to stripe up beautifully today. And they've got some interesting things that are popping out. Like these, they've got a load of bluebells up here. Here's this thing. Their mini conifer collection. It's all over this first terrace. And they've got quite a lot of new flowers and blossom coming out that I can see. So we'll give you a close-up look. I'm going to get mowing. Grass, I've been caught at the wrong end of the garden. It's so long, this grass, in just 2 weeks. I mean, look at it. You can see where we've mowed through. Very, very healthy grass, looks really nice. And that's what it looks like so far. And there's some staggering things already coming out. There's a clematis over there and a espalier fruit tree we're going to have a look at that just look unbelievable. Just down at the bottom of the garden actually, getting another wheelbarrow because I've filled it up, but wow, look at this. I've never, well, I have been through here, but not for a long time. God, it's incredible. That's the lawn up there. Where's this wheelbarrow then? Down by the shed, he said. Oh yeah, here we go. Alright, we'll take this down and continue with the lawn. This is it after the first mow, and this, where are we? This row here is a bit wonky at the end, and they left a little bit of grass on. I haven't quite picked up just because the hopper's getting so full. I'm going up and down and then it's full. The grass is so thick, so I'm going to go over it again as I normally do, neaten it up and then show you around. Okay, the lawn's done and I'm pretty happy with it. I'll show you from up higher if you want to see it, but I'll just show you some of these things coming through now. Look at this, espalier fruit tree. I think it might even have the name still on it. No. Oops. Oh no, it's snapped off. It's a dessert apple. Apple Falstaff. Oops. I'll have to tell them the tag has disintegrated. But look at that. It's a really nice blossom. And I don't know if you can see just down there in the corner. There's the most incredible looking clematis, or clematis, as some people might pronounce it. Don't know what this thing is, maybe an azalea, but look at this clematis. Look at it, they're incredible, these flowers. Beautiful. Hybrid clematis. Got the tag, just says hybrid clematis pink. $5.99, bargain at that. I like how they keep the tags on them. And then there's some irises. Am I going to be right in saying it's an iris or a lily? No, it's going to be an iris, isn't it? I think. Beautiful purple irises. And then across the way on the other side, well, firstly I want to show you these tulips again because they're stunning, and another espalier fruit tree. Some beautiful blossom, incredibly well trained against the wall. Beautiful, beautiful garden. Oh, that's what he was saying about a lilac starting to come out at the bottom. So this lilac is just starting to come out, and you can see the first flower in there almost open. So there'll be a flower on here somewhere open. There was a lilac in another customer's garden that was purple, and that's already out, so it's a bit ahead of these. But look at these tulips. After being at the tulip festival, I can really appreciate these. They're stunning. I mean, way better than any of the examples I saw at the tulip festival I went to. So I don't know what their breed will be, what the name of it is. And I'm just going to show off now that I've finally learnt the name of this one, the Pieris japonica. Oh, look, there's a little sapling growing up through it. This one's right at the end in the middle of the garden. There's that secret garden through there, which we'll have a look at another time, I think. And that sort of cherry blossom has gone, but this one has persevered and is still there, but just going over. So I'm just going round the garden up to this. I think it's a cherry blossom tree. We'll have a closer look. I haven't quite seen it up close yet. Cool, can you see next door? Doing a scarify. Just show you, because it is over a small fence. There we go. See it? Loads of moss come up. Here we go. This is the tree up close. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I think it looks like a cherry blossom. although the blossom's been out a little while, so just past its best. But what an incredible garden. Oh, I missed the one across the road there with cherry blossom as well, and they've got some bluebells dotted around. That's it for now. Oh, look at this. The fern's putting on some new growth. That's a really nice colour. Okay, we've got to go over and out. But I've had a small disaster. I could hear something wrong with the car on the way back. I'll show you what's happened. The exhaust's fallen off, and there's a pipe back there that it fits onto, so I'm going to see if I can fix it, or, well, not really a mechanic, but we'll see. Alright guys, beautiful morning today, and we're back in this garden, the one with the amazing shaped lawn, and just doing a bit of tidying up really. There it is. We mowed last week, here every week just for a little while, and there's the beautiful tulips. I've just been tidying up the patio and doing some weeding and just some general little tidying around, and there's a bit to do in the back there that I'll show you in a minute. But this is kind of what I've been doing. There's a lot of these sycamore seedlings still. There was a major seed event last year, and every sort of 8 to 10 years, or who knows what the time scale is, the trees all communicate together and put out a bumper seed crop, like 10 times the amount of seed they normally would. We got acorns on an oak tree that we'd never seen acorns on before, and a huge amount of these sycamore seedlings absolutely everywhere. A big seed event last year, and then we've got a little bit of waste to clear up. So that's a bush that we pulled out but ran out of room in the bin, and then there's this area. There's these bags to go in the bin, again excess that we ran out of room for. These 2 pots the customer says do something and need a tidy up, and then this pot needs to be put out onto the patio, and then that's pretty much everything here. And Steve's weeding out the front, and yeah, just having a bit of a tidy round, probably get the hoe out in a bit. And there are some lavender seedlings the customer said I could have, which if I get time we might pick them up. Finally being given special permission by the customer to deadhead this hydrangea. She's done a little bit but not quite got onto the rest, so we'll get that done.